and Acción, brought to you by the U.S. Army. There's strong, then there's Army strong. Welcome back to LatiNation. I'm your host, Humberto Guida, coming to you live from E3. I'm at the Xbox section of E3, and before the break, you found out all about the Xbox One and the new consoles, including PlayStation 4. But you can't just have a console. You have to have video games to play on that console. So up next, we're gonna go through some of the hot and very anticipated titles that you should be checking out, and you should be watching out for. There's a bunch of FPSs, MMOs, RPGs. What does that mean? You're gonna find out right now. Check this out. Now, are you a gamer?
Yeah, of course.
What kind of video games do you like to play?
First of all, FPS.
Okay. First-person shooter. Oh, you're a dangerous girl to go out with, I can imagine.
This is our Battlefield controller. When it's on, it'll have Battlefield 4 across the front. It's very, very sleek looking.
Do you notice that in the video game world, more girls are playing video games?
Girl gamers always been there, but they were just under the shadows.
And a lot of people think that girls are not good at video games.
Oh, we're sharks. We're sharks.
Awesome. You always, and whenever you beat them at a video game, do you like rub it in?
Oh yeah, it's gotta be the touchdown dance, you know. You gotta rub it in right where it hurts.
I think that they don't like the thing that a girl is kicking their ass.
We use a new gaming console, Android-based, and it's a totally open platform. So just like with mobile and tablet and PC, we're providing an opportunity for game developers to create experiences for the living room, but without a lot of the hassle that you get on traditional consoles.
Big companies, the traditional companies that you think about when you think about video game titles, how do they feel about all this indie design coming into the industry when it used to be such a tight, shit-controlled world?
Yeah, I think, we make them a little more uncomfortable, possibly, but that's good, right? It instills a little competition and makes better games, which for me as a gamer, I'm really happy about.
Now, DC Universe is definitely one of those awesome titles because you get, the whole spectrum of, the comic book world, at least according to DC. What makes it so special this year? What's going to separate it from other comic book themed games?
There's no game like ours because you can play as the legends, the famous, iconic characters in DC, like Superman, Batman, Joker, and many more. But really, the focus of the game is about letting players create the villain or the hero that they've always wanted to be.
Actually, I want to tell you something. I am a big fan of Quake Saga.
Okay, I have no idea what that means, but I think that's the most beautiful tattoo I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's the Quake 3 Arena logo.
Who would win in a rumble, the hardcore gamers or the hardcore comic book fans?
Oh boy, they're not typically great athletes.
With Kinect, the new Kinect sensor is much more sensitive. It sees you, it identifies you, it can recognize your voice, it sees your joints, it can show when you're moving from one side to the other, balance, force, rotation. So even for casual games like a sports game, that's going to be fantastic.
When I first started out, the game industry was it was good to be in, and everybody was having fun, and everybody's a real tight-knit group. Everybody knew everybody, but now it's so many people into it and so many people making games that it's just a larger experience. It's more a global thing than it was at the very beginning.
Journey started as all of our games do, as kind of a weird idea that we had about creating an online game that made you feel like you had a renewed sense of faith in humanity, which we felt was kind of the opposite of a lot of console online gaming titles where the stereotypical experience is sort of logging in and getting yelled at by a 13-year-old, right?
And because of the growth of the industry, now you've got this wide variety of games that appeal to different types of people and different genders.